Presented by Fields Auto Group.
After beating the Marlins 5-0 last night, Cubbies look to improve to 6-1 on an 8-game homestand. They played the second of 3 contests against Don Mattingly's Fighting Fish, Holly's alma mater. It will be Jason Hamill getting the start for the Cubs. He'll be opposed by Jose Fernandez. First pitch comes your way just after top of the hour right here on CSN. And welcome in here. We're at the Sports Corner right outside Wrigley Field. He's Todd Hollinsworth. I'm David Kaplan. Holly, last night, Kyle Hendricks was nothing short of outstanding. 123-pitch outing, longest for him this season. Second complete game shutout of his career, and it helped really rest a bullpen that the night before had to go 9 solid shutout innings.
Doesn't Kyle continue to take it to the next level? So impressive watching. Last night going into it, we knew the bullpen was short. We're saying we need a lengthy outing from Kyle Hendricks. You know, I'm a little concerned at 123 pitches. That's a big number. But gets the CG, gets the job done, gets an RBI base hit and a walk to go along with it. He's not only taking the opportunity and it's like he's taking it to another level. It's like, we need 7 innings from you tonight. I'm going to give you 9. I need you to improve with your hitting. Everybody else is doing it with all the pitchers, right? Well, he starts to hit, too. I mean, Kyle Hendricks is coming up with all the answers. He's dominated the National League with his pitching. It's been a fun run, and he continues to grow. I mean, that's the one thing that I'm so impressed with.
Let's talk about him last night. He was telling me earlier today when I spoke to him, he said, you know, early in the game I was scuffling a little bit to find a rhythm, he said, but then I just relaxed, and I didn't shake off Wilson Contreras at all, and he was able to get really good, heavy sinking action, and his curveball was really good.
Well, and that's good to see. That's his third pitch. We all know that his changeup is so well respected around the National League. He factored in a new dynamic. Miami Marlins come into last night's ballgame thinking fastball, changeup. You'll probably see a few curveballs along the way, but it's a pitch that you eliminate. You say, oh, I'm not going to worry about that. I got to worry about his changeup.
You had to last night.
Yeah, that's the point. That's what I'm getting at. And he's been so good at adding that at times, and you've seen it and using it at times. It's a highly effective pitch for him. It's his third pitch, but when he needed it last night, he was able to go to it, and he was able to go to it for a strike. And the changeup worked as well. His fastball command spot on as always.
Joe Madden was saying today that he was locked in, and Kyle said earlier, I felt good. He goes, the last 3 or 4 innings, he said, I really got into a rhythm. I wasn't tired at all. The velocity was still there. The heavy sink was still there on the changeup, and the bite was still there on the curveball. So the 123 was not a laboring 123.
Well, and I'm not sure he's capable of a laboring 123. You know, I said some things to you when we walked in today, and I said, how about that performance last night from Kyle Hendricks? Are you concerned about 123? You said Greg Maddux like, and I said, I get that. I played with Greg, and I know what Greg used to talk about consistency. He talked about rhythm. He talked about tempo. I mean, honestly, I never heard him talk about effort, meaning pressure situation, runners on second and third. Internally, mentally, you deal with it, but physically, you don't. You learn to teach yourself to calm yourself down in those situations. And what have we raved about Kyle all season long? I don't know if the bases are loaded or there's nobody on and 2 outs and he's got an 0-2 count on the next hitter. It's like it's the same guy all the time, and you saw that again last night.
When he goes to the post, you know, you thought of him at the start of the year that he was your 5th starter. He's arguably your number 3, number 2. I mean, he's been magnificent.
There's a lot of teams in the National League that would love to get their hands on Kyle Hendricks. His stock has absolutely risen from where it was. I think it's impressive because he will be the number 5 starter here in Chicago for a little while, just based on the rotation that's here. But we've talked about these guys all season long, how good they've been as a unit. That is it. It's as much expecting what we thought we knew we were going to get from the top of this rotation, and the surprises that we've gotten from both guys at the bottom of the rotation in Hamill and Hendricks.
And the lowest home ERA of any pitcher in Major League Baseball. All right, it's almost time for you to get interactive with our show. It's a new feature we've been doing throughout the season. We have a lot of fun with it. We'll vote, you'll vote, and you'll get to see those tallies right on your screen. Get your mobile, get your tablet, get your laptop. No special app needed. Just go to csnchicago.com/vote. We'll give you the question in a few minutes, and then we'll see how the results pop up right on your screen at home. Now, time for our Bona pitching matchup, brought to you by Bona Beef, Chicago's original beef. We got an interesting matchup tonight because Jason Hamill's going to the bump, and he's been really, really good. And then you're facing one of the elite arms in the game in Jose Fernandez. This guy's magnificently
Well,
talented.
who do you want to talk about first? It's interesting. I can sit here and tell you which pitcher's got more momentum. Guess what? It's our guy. Jason Hamill's been on fire in the second half. 3 wins, ERA 2.5, getting it done. Jose Fernandez has struggled a little bit. In fact, the St. Louis Cardinals got to him his last start out, knocked him around for a couple home runs. So he's kind of maybe working through some things. But here's the one thing that we know. Listen, Jose Fernandez is one of the best young pitchers. This is going to be a great matchup tonight. I've been looking forward to this one all week long. Fernandez is a show. He's a spectacle. 184 strikeouts in 125 innings. We know what he brings to the table. This guy loves to compete.
He pitched against the Cubs June 26th down in Miami. Struck out 13, gave up 1 run. Cubs had an opportunity in the first inning with men on and could not get anything going, and they end up winning the ball game.
Yeah, get out of the Keys, dude. You're in the Keys now. That's for later in the show. We don't want to do that right now. You're absolutely right. You don't want to miss it.
Early.
You also don't want to miss out on your opportunities because they're few and far between. One thing you know, when you've got an elite arm, you want to get to these guys early. And again, when you have those opportunities, it might be the top, it might be your second time through the lineup where you get a couple guys on. You can't miss that chance. We can call them golden opportunities. We'll say certain starters, you maybe get 3 cracks at them, 3 good opportunities to score some runs. Jose Fernandez, he may only give you 1.
Now, he's a guy that will touch 98, 99 on the gun. Consistent. That's not like one time. I mean, consistently, even late in the game. So this is a guy you better have your bat speed ready.
And that's the thing. The Marlins have actually tried to, as they develop him and continue to, watch him mature and watch him get to 200 innings for the first time and do different things, want him to understand that velocity it's good, but we want you to pace yourself as well. It's so interesting how that conversation has kind of steered him this year because I know that was something that they wanted from him in spring training, and yet he's just racking up strikeouts right now. When he wants it, he can go get it. Don't put anything past this kid. He's got a great slider. He's got a very, very good changeup. He knows how to pitch. I'll add one more thing to Jose Fernandez. Don't expand your strike zone, Cappy. But if you start to chase those borderline pitches off,
you're done.
You're done.
All right, time for our poll question for you. What grade would you give the Cubs trade deadline acquisitions? A, B, C, D, or an F? I didn't get many Fs in high school. A few Ds sprinkled in there, but not many Fs.
I was an ABC guy.
I was usually a BC guy. BC. All right, how would you vote?
I'd go A. I really would. Maybe an A-. I mean, we could talk about maybe some, bench depth or an additional player.
Which could still come during the waiver period.
Absolutely right. I mean, we're asking the question today. It's a good one. I mean, you look at the Texas Rangers and what they did. Everybody's raving about how they put themselves together and a few other teams out there. The punch and the counter punch out there on the West Coast between the Giants and the Dodgers. The Cubs did a very nice job retooling this bullpen. I love the Joe Smith acquisition. Listen, I don't have to sell Aroldis Chapman. I'll do everything to sell Joe Smith. He's a submariner. He's been a closer. He's been an 8th inning guy. He's had tremendous success through his career. He's a veteran. I think Joe Smith, Joe Nath, everything that's kind of like starting to feed into this clubhouse right now is guys with experience that have been there, that know how to get it done. So does Aroldis Chapman, but you've got a different arm angle. That's the one thing we've always had is the velocity. Now you got a submariner.
Yeah, Joe talked again today. He likes funk, he said, out of the pen, and it gives you a whole bunch of different options. Well, my grade would be an A-.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. And, I'll add this to Joe's point. It's a great one. As a hitter, if you throw 3 or 4 guys in a row that throw 95 miles an hour, Cap, by the time you get to that 3rd guy, you're probably going to get knocked around a little bit because that's how hitters think. If you continue to show us the same thing, we'll adjust. But when you start to change the arm angles, man, that's when it all gets messed up. When you throw a Joe Smith in there after a stroke in between a rondone, good luck.
And then you get an Aroldis Chapman as the cherry on top of the sundae.
No
you
shot
go,
there.
Okay, good luck to that, and try and see if you can figure it out. So they have really stacked this bullpen. And don't forget, still have Joe Nathan, who's working his way through, getting comfortable.
Very good.
Grimm is in the minors, but he's had success, so you got to think he'll get opportunities. So there's a lot of arms down there.
Depth, too.
And Travis Wood, of course.
I hate to say it that way, but that's what Grimm actually has become, is depth.
All right. We've got to take our first time out here on Cubs Pregame Live, brought to you by our great partners at the Fields Auto Group. Don't forget, we're at the Sports Corner. If you're headed down to the ballgame, come in and say hi, have a cool beer, have something to eat. We'll be here for the pregame show, and Holly and I will be on the field after the game for the postgame show. We come back, Kelly Crow will join us. We'll check out lineups. We still have Holly's keys and key performers. It's all coming up. Stick around right here on Cubs Pregame Live, brought to you by the Fields Auto Group.
Cubs Pregame Live is presented by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter. See Fields first. FieldsAuto.com.
Is price important? You bet it is. Hello, I'm Dan Fields of the Fields Auto Group.
It's the best price. You know it's the right price.
A low price and a whole lot more, like our Fields amenities that include free loaners, free car washes, and our Fields cafes.
Those other things are just perks, extras. It's not like it's built into the price.
Exactly. A low price and Fields amenities at no additional charge.
I got more car for the money.
It's what we do. Fields matters because you matter.
We are the Coors Brewing Company, and our mountain is brewing the world's most refreshing beer. A beer proud enough to wear our name in big, red, scripted letters. That's why we lager, filter, and package cold. Because we believe every climb deserves a refreshing finish. Whatever your mountain, climb on.
200 million watching history be made, 2 million making their own, 5 seconds gained, and a nomination won. When it counts, the biggest moments count on Comcast Business, with $5,000 of NBC coverage for the games, over 900 miles of fiber laid for the Democratic National Convention, 40 pit stalls monitored at once for NASCAR, and 10 terabytes of data transferred for the big game at Levi's Stadium. We know what it takes to connect millions. Imagine what Comcast can do for your business.
$1 window siding and door installation, 102 Pine Street.
Go, guys. It's Feldco to the rescue with $1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors. Plus no money down and no interest until 2018. It's Feldco's biggest sale of the year.
That's $1.
$1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors.
Hurry, $1 installation ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Welcome to Honda.
Thank you.
Head over heels, where should I go? Can't stop myself, out of control. Head over heels, no time to think. Looks like the whole world's out of sync.
So you like it?
I do.
Now is the moment to get the Honda CR-V you love, the best-selling SUV in America, at the Honda Summer Clearance Event, going on now.
Here with your Coors Light game report coming to you from Wrigley Field. It's the Cubs and Marlins, game 2 of their 3-game set. And earlier this afternoon, newcomer and veteran righty Joe Smith met with the media for the first time. The Cubs picked him up right at the trade deadline, and really just another weapon for Joe Maddon to use out of that now very lengthy bullpen. A side-arming specialist who's been killer against righties, and really for a kid who grew up in Cincinnati, he is thrilled to be back closer to home and family, and is looking forward to finding his niche on this World Series favorite team.
I think it went from not going anywhere to being able to come here. Obviously, there's only one reason why we play this game, and that's to have a chance to win, and being able to come to this team and the momentum they've got for not only this year but last year back, it's a good feeling being in a place.
As it pertains to your pitching style, Joe Maddon says he likes the funk.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
All right, let's go. I like the pitch.
Is that how you describe it?
that's better in some of the ways I've heard, so I'll take that one.
Smith and Madden both echoing he'll be ready for anything that comes his way this evening. As for the Cubs lineup, they'll be going up against Jose Fernandez, a guy that recorded 13 strikeouts against them in June. But Wilson Contreras excited to get another look at him, especially in the 2-hole this evening. The young catcher impressing his skipper, however, even more behind the plate these days.
I think he's really getting his feet on the ground behind the plate. And he's understanding the pitchers better, movement, what they want to do. That's a big part of it also, trying to anticipate the fingers in advance, because pitchers definitely do like that. He's getting in a rhythm with these guys. So, yeah, I'm at the point now that I feel very, like last night what he did with Kyle. That's outstanding. I mean, Kyle's a guy that really needs the edges caught well, and he caught the edges well last night.
Wilson hitting second because Chris Bryant is going to get a much-deserved night off. It'll mean Javier Baez is taking over at third, and Joe Madden said he would have liked to have gotten Bryant the night off last night, but against a lefty, didn't feel like he could afford to do that. So tonight he said it didn't matter who it was, as long as it was a righty, Chris Bryant was going to be kicking his feet up in the dugout. That'll do it from here, Wrigley Field. Let's go ahead and send it back over to you guys, Cap.
And welcome back to our Cubs pregame live right here at the Sports Corner. We're right outside Wrigley Field. If you're headed down, come see us. Everything here, the Fields Auto Group, our great sponsor of our pregame show. Now, let's take a look at the lineup for the Chicago Cubs. This is brought to you by Wrigleyville Sports. Joe Madden will trot this lineup card out to home plate tonight. Dexter Fowler leads off at center. Wilson Contreras way up to the 2-hole. Anthony Rizzo's at first. Ben Zobrist at second. Hayward in right. Addison Russell at short. Chris Coughlin gets the start in left. Javier Baez is at third. Bryant getting the night off. Jason Hamill will be the pitcher. Rizzo, quite a night last night. On base 5 times. Single, double, triple, hit by pitch and a walk. First player to reach base by those 5 ways in a single game since Ben Zobrist did it in 2012.
Well, Anthony's certainly capable, no doubt about it. Great to see him swinging the bat. He's such a big part of what this Cubs offense does and is locking back in once again. He and Zobrist both. I told you last week, I said, watch Ben Zobrist. He's heating up. You know what he's doing? He's heating up. But it's great to see the two of them getting hot together right now. You're able to give Bryant the night off, still expect results from the middle of your lineup. And big reason is Anthony Rizzo. Listen, he's one of those. I think of Dexter Fowler and Anthony. You go, we go. He's certainly part of that.
All right, let's talk about Addison Russell. Addison has been outstanding. RBI-wise, there is not many better shortstops in the National League. We just saw Trevor Story done for the year now with surgery. He may be the best offensive shortstop other than the kid in L.A., Seager.
22 RBIs in the month of July for the Cubs. I mean, led the team. I mean, Addison Russell is becoming the complete package. I go back, I've said it many times, I love referring to it all the time, that Joe said he felt that he was going to come out of the All-Star break and be even better than what we've seen all season long. So he really is. He's playing at a high level. He is in a position where, I think back to his hit last night, going to right field, gets the fastball away, drives it away. Great swing of the bat right there. Addison has been on his game. He looks experienced now, and I think that's really, he's relaxed in his position.
All right, it's time for Built for Business. That's brought to you by the fine people at Comcast Business. Today we're looking at Major League Baseball's active hit leaders. A-Rod leads the way at 31-14. Then Ichiro just 2 hits shy of 3,000. Adrian Beltre, Albert Pujols, one of the newest members of the Rangers, Carlos Beltran, round out the top 5. Comcast Business, built for business. Holly Ichiro lines out last night, only plate appearance. Approach at the plate has not changed since the day he signed with the Mariners a long time ago.
And think about it. It's not something you teach your kid today, is it? I mean, we've watched Ichiro do this slap. The slap and the run. I mean, everything about it. It's not Americanized baseball. We don't really teach it that way, yet it's been so successful. You know, we've got the debate about the hit king and everything else. He's done it in Japan. He's successfully done it over here. He's been a great player. He's been an all-star. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. What a career. Doing it his way and only the way only Ichiro could do it. I mean, I've never seen an American player even play that style or that approach to plate.
He has been an amazingly fun player to watch.
Absolutely. Efficient with his swing. I mean, the ability to fight pitchers off. And honestly, most people don't know this about him. He actually has a great deal of power when he stays on his backside, but his game is different. So he actually does that on purpose. He wants to get into the ball that way so that he gets it down and he can use his speed. But when he starts to back up balls from the backside, he can hit a ball a long way.
All right, Don Mattingly will go out the home plate with this lineup card for his Miami Marlins. Real Muto, who runs really well for a catcher, is leading off. Prado, Yelich, Stanton, Ozuna, Dietrich, Johnson, Hechavarria, and Fernandez on the bump. Giancarlo Stanton, over his last 38 games, Miami slugger hitting .308, 10 bombs, 31 knocked in, and 7 for 18 lifetime against Jason Hamill. That's concerning.
Well, listen, Stanton has really been swinging the bat. You go back to the home run derby and how good he was there. Many people thought that for the first time in a few years, we're going to talk about a guy coming out of the home run derby and getting hot. He's talked about getting back on the fastball. We think back to his struggles in May and June, was striking out at an alarming rate. He has gotten himself back out on that fastball. You've got to be careful. He and Ozuna make up half of the home runs that they've hit in this lineup. This is a very good hitting team. The power is centered around the 4 and 5 spots in the lineup. Everybody else, good hitters with some power, but those two guys are great.
Miami enters play tonight a half game ahead of the St. Louis Cardinals in the wild card race for the second wild card spot in the National League. You look at some of the teams that are bunched up in there, some who made trades that you think maybe they don't think that they can get there, like the Pirates.
Right.
They acquired Nova, but they moved other pieces, including their great closer, Melanson, who's now pitching for the Washington Nationals. And it's so nice to not have to look at the Cubs and think, okay, they're in the wild card race. They have an 8-game lead in the division.
Yeah, the Cubs need to just take care of business, but the Miami Marlins, they're a very good ball club. They have a very good offense. They're young and they're getting better. The question mark that really remains, they have good lockdown guys in the 8th and 9th inning. They've got a good bullpen as well. Can they get consistency out of their starters past Jose Fernandez? That's their big issue. That's certainly what they're hoping for moving forward, and we'll see if they get it.
You were here when there was only one wild card,
right,
and the Cubs had a chance in 04, didn't quite get there. Having a second wild card, does that change how teams do their business?
Oh, we just witnessed the trade deadline, didn't we? How about it? 18 teams within 5.5 games of a playoff spot, and almost all of those 18 teams did something to try to make themselves a little bit better. Obviously, we talk about the Texas Rangers. They certainly at the top end of the spectrum, but we've got players all around baseball. I'm not even sure what the number was. I believe it was 49 players moved teams. I mean, it's just
crazy.
Amazing to see that. It speaks to the wild card. If you've got a shot, and oh, by the way, wild card teams win in the World Series as well, so proof is in the pudding. If you give yourself a shot, if you can get hot and you get that spark plug, absolutely try to make a move.
All right, we got to take a timeout. We still have to go over Holly's keys to the game. We have to pick our key performers. We got to get you set for baseball. Cubs and the Miami Marlins. The Fish are in town. Len and JD will have your call coming up at 7 o'clock. We'll be right back on CSN.
This Cubs Injury Report is brought to you by ATI Physical Therapy, taking physical therapy to a higher level. Ask your doctor about ATI Physical Therapy. Get there.
Welcome to Honda.
Thank you.
Head over heels, where should I go? Can't stop myself, out of control. Head over heels, no time to think. Looks like the whole world's out of sync.
So you like it?
I do.
Now is the moment to get the Honda CR-V you love, the best-selling SUV in America, at the Honda Summer Clearance Event, going on now.
In the beginning, there was the original White Castle chicken ring. And now we're introducing the new pretzel chicken ring. Made with delicious all-white meat, they're crispy, shareable, and extremely dippable. The ring is the thing. In fact, it's everything.
Yeah, it's everything.
Mission accomplished. I ordered ahead. Pick up for Mike.
20 chicken rings for just $4.99, only at White Castle.
Pat Hughes reporting from Wrigleyville Sports, where the excitement is building. Devin is getting a new home white jersey customized while he waits. He'll be ready for game action in no time. Ashley is having fun taking selfies in her new Cubs t-shirt. Fits like a glove. Colin is testing out a new bat. Get out the tape measure, long gone. Across the street from Wrigley Field, Wrigleyville Sports is your one-stop shop for everything Cubs. Open 7 days a week or anytime at WrigleyvilleSports.com.
Your home, your auto. They just go together. Combine your home and auto insurance with State Farm. Save time and money. Just another way we're here to help life go right. Talk to your State Farm agent today.
It's
starts with the low fields price, and then we include all of the field's amenities at no extra charge.
I'm not overpaying for my vehicles. I'm getting great customer service and great amenities at Fields.
A low price and a whole lot more, like our Fields amenities that include free loaners, free car washes, and our Fields cafes.
It's not about the word free, it's the way they deliver it and what they deliver.
We simply treat people the way we want to be treated. It's a commitment to our customers we made long ago. Fields matters because you matter.
It's 10 minutes until the start of the game. Still time to give Feldco a call. 866-4-FELDCO. And welcome back. Cap and Holly with you on our pregame show brought to you by the Fields Auto Group. We're here at the Sports Corner right outside the right field corner at Wrigley Field. We'll be on the field later for our Cubs post-game show brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Time now for Holly's Keys to the Game.
All right, Cappy, you teased it a little bit earlier in the show. That can't-miss opportunity. Well, we got to make it one of the keys to the game because it is absolutely something that has to happen for this Cubs offense. Think about it. Listen, Jose Fernandez is on the mound. There's going to be a few opportunities in this ballgame to score some runs. They are going to have to come through, cash those opportunities in. Don't miss on them. You mentioned it. That's actually what I was playing off. It was the last game down in Florida. When that happened, they didn't cash it in. They didn't get enough out of it. And then they ultimately got shut down by Jose Fernandez the rest of the way. All right, here we go. Key number 2. Now follow along. Slider for a strike, slider for a ball. Jason Hamill, he can do this. He's done it very, very well here in the second half. Really, he's done it very well all season long. What I am talking about is the difference between a slider early in the count and a slider late in the count and going up against this Marlins offense. They are aggressive fastball hitters, young team. You're going to want at some point to need that slider early in the count. Throw it for a strike. When he gets ahead, it's the wipeout slider. Keep your eyes on it. 2 different sliders, both important, especially with the power guys in the middle of this lineup. And the last one, keep your eye on the late inning combo. I think it's interesting. You got Joe Smith in the mix now, along with Aroldis Chapman. It happened a couple nights ago. Aroldis Chapman 4-out save, but we'll see how this goes. I'm curious to see how Joe fits in.
All right, time for our key performers. You have a 17-12 lead on me this season. So you get to go first.
I'm going to go Dexter Fowler. I got a good feeling. I think he's going to set the table tonight and give us a few opportunities to score some runs. So hopefully we're getting it done there. And I guess I'm leading to your guy who might be driving him in.
I'm going to go to Anthony Rizzo.
There you go.
Going lefty-righty. I'm going to take Riz, and I think he's going to have a big night tonight. Riz has swung the bat very well.
Yes.
Defensively, he's been really good. He had a big night last night. 5 times on base. And I think tonight, he takes Fernandez. Not only does he get on base, he takes him out of the ballpark.
That's Christmas morning. Jason Hayward, 4 for 10 against Jose Fernandez, so he's got good numbers.
Yeah, Jason Hayward actually has the best numbers
on the team
of anyone on the team, but he has struggled with velocity some this year. That's why I'm going Rizzo.
I got you.
All right, he's got Fowler. We'll see you after the ball game. We'll be live here at Wrigley. Have a wonderful night. Cubs baseball is coming up with Len and JD. We will see you on the post-game show as soon as this one goes final. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great night, everybody. Take it away, Len and Jim.
The Anthony Rizzo Family Foundation and the Bona family have teamed up to knock cancer out of the park. Order your Italian beef the Rizzo way, and Bona will donate to my charity. I'm proud to be working with the Cubs and the Bona family, 2 Chicago originals.
Order it the Rizzo way at your local Bona restaurant.
Just a young one, maybe pushing 10. Somebody told me no, son, and I decided then I'm gonna dig my style. You're gonna walk the same. Gonna keep on going. No, I don't see no end. With the prize I'm showing, you better tell your friends. You're gonna dig my style. Dig my style. Dig my style.
One of these is not like the others. Because only one triple doubles the seasoned beef, nacho cheese sauce, and crunchy tostada. Taco Bell's new limited edition triple double crunch wrap. It's one you don't want to miss.
Nobody should go to bed hungry.
That's why our friends at Benny's Beverage Depot are going to bat for the Greater Chicago Food Depository.
Every time the Cubs leadoff man gets a hit, Benny's donates $100 to help feed hungry families in Chicagoland.
That calls for a toast.
It's Peyton. It's Peyton on Sunday morning.
You know, with DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket, you can watch your favorite team no matter where you live, like Broncos or Colts.
Cool.
18, the old number. Ooh, I have got a coupon for that one.
It's Peyton on Sunday morning.
Nope.
Get NFL Sunday Ticket only on DirecTV and watch live games anywhere.
In banking and baseball, you have to stay alert. With my Bank of America mobile banking app, I can select alerts that notify me when unusual activity is detected on my credit and debit cards. I used to play when I was younger. I love the outfield. All that green grass. Until the championship and the inside the park home run. Sure could have used an alert then. I missed lunch that day.
This beer is fiercely loyal. Brewed generation after generation, only with Moravian barley. Coors Banquet. That's how it's done.
Here comes, lined into right. Cubs will get the first 2 runs of the game. Ground ball through. Contreras scores 3-0. For that ground ball to short. And he gets it. Good call, partner. Game over. Cubs win. Kyle Hendricks completes the shutout. Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. Beautiful night here in Chicago, and we're set for Game 2 of a 3-game series. The Marlins and the Cubs. The Cubs a 5-0 winner in the opener. Great to have you with us tonight here on CSN. Jim DeShays and Len Casper. It's been a good homestand. The Cubs have won 5 of their first 6.
Yeah, outscoring the opposition 36-13 in these 5 ball games. 2 from the White Sox, 2 out of 3 from Seattle, and then winning Game 1 of the series last night against the Marlins. So 5-1, not tearing the cover off the ball, but the pitching has been outstanding with a 1.89 ERA, especially when you consider that rough outing that Brian Mattis had coming up from AAA.
Good pitching matchup tonight. It'll be the ace for the Marlins, Jose Fernandez, and the Cubs had a tough time with him in June in Miami.
Well, he's a tough customer. He punched out 13 Cubs in that ball game back on June 26th. Mid-90s fastball. He can get to triple digits. A swing and miss slider, among the best pitches in the game. He's got a 37% strikeout rate. That's the tops in Major League Baseball.
Jason Hamill will take the ball for the Cubs tonight.
Yeah, and he's been rolling along nicely. You see 3 starts since the All-Star break. He has won them all with a sub-2 ERA. He was on the other side of that decision in that ball game against Fernandez and the Marlins back in June.
Joe Smith is here, and he is in the Cubs bullpen. The Cubs have an 8-game lead over the Cardinals. The Cardinals are a half game back of the Marlins in the wild card race. So Game 2 coming up between a couple of playoff contenders. We'll have the lineups and all the action next.
From garden tools to lawnmowers, Aero Storage Buildings can fit it all. The 10x8 Hamlet building is $269. Or go bigger with a 10x12 Arlington building, only $419. Get unbeatable quality and satisfaction guaranteed with Cabot exterior wood care from Menards. Cabot stains provide lasting beauty and proven protection for any exterior wood surface. Save $7 a gallon. That's $35 on 5-gallon pails during Menards' Red Hot Sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, yeah, I like this right here.
The Ford Freedom Sales Event is on, and 0 for 72 is back on 2016 Ford Focus, Fusion, and Escape. Plus, specially tagged vehicles get an extra 1,000 smart bonus. That means freedom from interest and freedom to choose with Ford, America's best-selling brand.
Free, baby.
Now get 0% financing for 72 months. Plus, specially tagged vehicles get 1,000 smart bonus. Only at the Ford Freedom Sales Event.
My computer! Oh, wait!
What are we running after?
Oh, like stupid old computer.
Wait, you know?
I know. Today's PCs are faster and lighter. I know.
So why are we still running?
You know about it. Now do something about it. Upgrade to a new PC.
You can mass produce a car, but you can't mass repair it. Get a $70 Bridgestone Visa prepaid card by mail with the purchase of 4 eligible tires. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Ford, inviting you to check out their fuel-efficient lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. Southwest Airlines, transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. And by your local Kia dealers. Visit mykiachicago.com to learn more.
Let's jump right into the Marlins Southwest starting lineup, written out by first-year manager Don Mattingly. No Ichiro again tonight. 0 for 1 last night as a pinch hitter. Pretty decent chance he'll be in the lineup, however, tomorrow. Real Muto will move up and hit leadoff. Prado, Yelich, and Stanton 2 through 4. The All-Star Ozuna in center. Derek Dietrich will play second for D. Gordon tonight. Veteran Chris Johnson will get the nod at first. Echeverria the shortstop, and Fernandez, he can handle the bat. Comes in at 257.
Cubs defensively, and it's brought to you by Arby's. Chris Cogden with the start in left tonight. Dexter Fowler center. Jason Hayward is in right. Javi Baez third base tonight. Russell Zobrist are up the middle. Anthony Rizzo at first base. Wilson Contreras behind the plate. In our Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher is Jason Hamill, a winner last time. 10-5 now. Those 10 wins match a career best. 3.23 ERA. He is 5-1 with a 2.50 earned run average here in his home ballpark this year. He's made 9 starts at Wrigley. He's allowed more than 2 runs on only 2 occasions.
Again, it's a Marty and 3 Mikes. Mike back at the plate, Marty at first, Mike at second, and Mark at third. So we're close. Mark, Mike, Marty. Here's Real Muto. And we're underway. Outside corner, 93 on the fastball.
Top out at 95, sit it comfortably around 92, 93. Slider is his best pitch, curveball and a changeup. 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run last time against the White Sox, and picking up that 10th win. The 1 run he allowed was a home run to the opposing pitcher.
Swing and a miss on some heat. It's 1-2. It's 81 degrees. And the wind is coming off the lake at 7 miles an hour. Jason with a 1-2, and Real Muto fouls upstairs. 22nd time he has hit leadoff. And you see he and the guy behind him in the batting order, Martin Prado, leading the league in road batting average. Inside.
Well, the Marlins as a team lead the league in batting average. They don't do a lot of slugging.
Don Mattingly with the Charles Nelson Riley look with those glasses. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, when you play just about everywhere, some nights you're not quite sure where you're playing, and Javier Baez ran out to second base as the Cubs took the field. But I suppose it would be like you or I putting on the wrong logoed shirt, leaving the house going, oh wait, we're on that station tonight. It happens.
Well, the key is as long as the other guys know where they're supposed to be, somebody's going to point you in the right direction eventually. It's like it's musical chairs.
Right.
Well, Zobrist is already sitting here. You're going to have to find an empty spot.
Nothing in 1 on Prado. into his motion. Swing and a miss.
He got a good jump on that fastball tonight. 94 with carry there. They're trying to throw a little two-seamer in. He missed his spot. You see him shaking his head because of it, but looks like he's got good life on that heater, and when that's the case, you can afford to miss your spot from time to time and get away with it.
Joe Madden chatting with last night's winner, Kyle Hendricks. Driven into center for a base hit.
That's Prado's game. Compact short stroke, doesn't strike out much. The line drive hitter. Kind of an early cheat there as he opens up the hips. Now, the Marlins hit into a lot of double plays. Yelich hits the ball on the ground a lot.
Another double play
call,
like he did in the ninth.
Just the nature of the combatants here.
Hit pretty well, but it's Chris Coghlan to make the catch, the former Marlin. So a line out for Yelich, 2 down, and here's Giancarlo Stanton. 0 for 3 with a walk in the opener.
Such an impressive specimen. He hit a fly ball to right field last night. Broke his bat, I think. It was down off the end of the bat, but still hit it a long ways. Launched a throw from maybe just in front of the warning track all the way to third base on the fly.
Well, they have squared up 3 in a row here, 2 for hits. That'll get Ozuna to the plate.
Nobody hits the ball harder than Giancarlo Stanton. This is a slider that didn't slide, and Jason's lucky it stayed in the ballpark.
Marcell Ozuna, an unlikely all-star. Only a year ago, he was demoted to the minors. A real feel-good first half story in the National League. Came to the team as a bench player, got into the starting lineup as an injury replacement, and became only the 4th Marlin ever to start in the All-Star game. Can you name the other 3?
All-Star starters for the Marlins. Charles Johnson.
No. One of them is
Giancarlo Stanton.
Currently on base. Yeah, Stanton is one. Gary Sheffield and Hanley Ramirez.
Oh, I would have nailed that one.
Hitters count here 2-0. The kick and the pitch. 3-0. On deck is Derek Dietrich. Cardinals were off last night, but they gained a half game on the Marlins for the second wild card spot. They're a half game back. Cardinals and Reds tonight in Cincinnati, 1-1 in the bottom of the 4th. So if the Cardinals are scoreboard watching, this is the first game they'll look at as they trail the Cubs in the Central by 8, 3-1. The Cubs really don't have to scoreboard watch. Joe said it the other day. If we do what we do, we really don't have to worry about anybody else. It's the position every team wants to be in as you get into August.
Yeah, I don't think the standings will really affect the Cubs too much. It might get their attention if the Cardinals were to sneak within 5 games or so. Well, big pitch coming here. Contreras wants to chat with Jason Hamill about it. Ozuna's got a lot of power. He's hit 19 home runs this year. Hit 23 2 seasons ago. That was a breakout year for him, really his first full year in the big leagues. And, maybe a little bit of a step backwards last year with that demotion, but a very talented young player.
He waits on a 3-1 from Hamill. Ball 4 and the bases are loaded. And here's Dietrich.
Now, normally you don't think about a critical at bat in the first inning, but when you're up against Jose Fernandez, this indeed is a big confrontation for Hamill.
Cubs pitchers have done a great job with the bases loaded. They've held opponents to 7 for 69. That's a 101 average with 1 walk. And 3 grand slams this year. Fouled back. You're probably wondering what the major league average is with the bases loaded this year.
What is that?
So the overall batting average of Major League Baseball, all situations, 255. Bases loaded, it's 264. Cubs pitchers have been really good in this spot. 0-2 on Dietrich as Hamill tries to get out of it. One and 2.
Jason's been tough with men on base with runners in scoring position. They're hitting about $160 off of him.
Contreras sets up with the outside and a good slider, and Dietrich with a good eye. That's a good 1-2 pitch. A lot of guys will chase.
He had an inclination, but able to lay off.
Broken bat roller to Rizzo. Hamill at the bag, and the inning is over. So they threatened but did not score and have not crossed the plate in the first 10 innings of this series. Jose Fernandez to the mound.
It's a golden opportunity to discover that in a Lexus SUV there are no adverse conditions.
Blue skies smiling at me.
Nothing but blue skies do I see.
Blue days, all of them gone.
For a limited time, get some of our best offers of the year at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2016 RX 350 for $419 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
DirecTV is at it again with another so-called deal. With a $60 intro rate that jumps to over $100 after just 3 months, then shoots up to almost $200 after a year. The hits just keep on coming because you're locked into a 2-year contract that can cost up to $3,500. Don't get blindsided by DirecTV. Switch to an X1 double play from Comcast and lock in your rate for 2 full years. Call or go online today.
Perhaps it is time we acquire a larger dwelling.
But the mortgage process has proven to be challenging.
Not with Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. It is the easiest and most logical way to secure financing for your living quarters online. You can securely share your financial information with the push of a button.
It appears now is a sensible time to relocate.
I am so happy.
No need to get emotional.
See Star Trek Beyond in theaters.
The leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. If Dexter Fowler gets a hit, Binny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Cubs Southwest starting lineup. They grabbed their major league leading 32nd win by at least 5 runs last night. Fowler, Contreras hitting second, followed by Anthony Rizzo. Had a huge night last night. Zobrist back in the lineup in the cleanup spot. Hayward batting 5th with Russell 6th. The former Marlin Coughlin in left. Baez at 3rd. And Hamill hitting .234. Jose Fernandez just turned 24 years old. And a strike called on Dexter Fowler.
Yeah, Fernandez, one of the best in the business. 12-5 with a .279 earned run average.
Pulled into right. Fowler will make the turn on his way to second. On his way to third. It's a triple.
Well, that's an exciting way to begin the bottom of the first. Dexter Fowler ripping one into the right field corner. Triple number 4 for Fowler, who's among the leaders active in the 3-base hit department. Fernandez, you see, misses the spot badly. Real Muto set up outside. That ball on the inner half. Still an impressive swing of the bat to get to that velocity in there on the inside corner. And then the long strides of Dexter Fowler carry him safely to third base.
It helps the Greater Chicago Food Depository, courtesy Binny's.
First ever start for Jose Fernandez in this ballpark.
Fowler's 69th career triple. He ranks 8th on the active list. Diving stop, Echeverria, no throw, infield hit, 1-0. 2 batters in. The Cubs get on the board.
Impressive turnaround after the Marlins threatened and come up empty. Just like that, the Cubs take the lead, and as they did last night, they draw first blood. And of course, last night the Marlins didn't draw any blood. Kyle Hendricks shut him out. Echeverria is a good one, but I'm not going to throw out Contreras. Two of the more athletic catchers in the game here tonight with Contreras and Real Muto.
Rizzo 3 for 3, double, triple, walk, hit by pitch, scored twice in the series opener, and a first pitch fastball for a strike. Fernandez turned 24 on Sunday. Born in Cuba, went to high school in Tampa, Florida. 14th overall pick in the 2011 draft. Their second round pick that year was Adam Conley, who we saw last night.
And all-star this year was Fernandez for the second time in his career. He was an all-star in 2013, his rookie season, when he won the Rookie of the Year award.
2-1. Fernandez was 15 when he left Cuba after several failed attempts to escape the island. Spent some time in jail as a result of those unsuccessful tries. Family first went to Texas and then ended up in Florida. Mattingly wants to know where that pitch was. 3 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss, 3-2.
That's a sinker or a changeup. Probably a changeup. Yeah, circle change at 91 miles an hour.
Call, strike 3. He painted on 98.
Yeah, he did a bunch of that in that start down in Miami, and comes off that 3-1 changeup. That's just a brilliant pitch. Let's check in with the fish here defensively, and it's brought to you by Arby's. Yelich, Ozuna, and Stanton. Ozuna and Stanton both with strong arms. Stanton off the chart strong. Prado, Echeverria, Dietrich, and Chris Johnson as Justin Bour is on the DL. JT Realmuto, he's been really good behind the plate.
Ben Zobrist playing second and hitting cleanup. Got the night off last night, surging lately. 13 for 32 over his last 9 games. That's a .406 clip. So he was off last night. Chris Bryant not in the lineup tonight. Addison Russell potentially could get a day tomorrow. Cubs have 2 off days coming up, Thursday and Monday. On the ground to the shortstop, Echeverria, the flip, Dietrich the turn, and the inning is over. But Fowler's triple followed by the Contreras single, and the Cubs lead 1-0 after an inning.
At Discount Tire, we're not just about tires, we're about people.
Right now, get a $70 Visa prepaid card on any set of 4 Goodyear tires, plus $30 when purchased with Discount Tire credit.
The McDonald's app is here. Download it now for coupons and offers on all your breakfast favorites, like the Big Breakfast with hotcakes, a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, a sausage biscuit with egg, or a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, to name a few. Download today for the most delicious breakfast options under the sun.
There are 15 weekends this summer. Make them count. Find adventures as you find new trails. Own the road by making your own. And if you bring it all, bring it on. Summer's going fast, so there's not a moment to waste. Head to the Acura Summer of Performance event going on now.
Visit your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
What if one day everything just stopped going wrong?
Have a good day, hon.
No more accidents. No more disasters. Where would State Farm be? Here to help with college. Here for that first car. And here for new beginnings. Because in a world where nothing went wrong, your State Farm agent will still be right here. Helping make life go completely right.
You can follow Patrick Mooney, our Cubs insider, all season long on CSNChicago.com, presented by Nationwide's Jeff Vukovich, serving the community for 38 years. Go to jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. It's been a while since we've chatted with Patrick in game, and a pretty big week. The Cubs making some deals, really changing the complexion of their bullpen over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's what we kind of kept asking about over and over again, and they said we rebuilt our bullpen on the fly last year, and they certainly did it again this year, and still have a couple more options waiting. But I mean, you guys have seen it. Chapman walking in from the bullpen, is now kind of a must-see TV here, and it changes the entire complexion of the game.
Chris Johnson down in the count, 0-2, and the latest to arrive, right-hander Joe Smith. I see Contreras really getting down as that ball is hit on the ground at third. Baez will make the play. What did Joe have to say today? I know tons of media were around his locker when he showed up today.
Yeah, he's a guy who grew up in the Cincinnati area, watching Cubs games on WGN, just laying on the couch waiting for baseball practice to start. His mom has been dealing with Huntington's disease for a while now, so for him, not just from a professional standpoint of joining a first place team, to be, closing basically 2,000 miles and getting closer to home, in his family in Cincinnati area, is huge. I think he's, kind of exactly what this bullpen kind of needed to kind of, as a change of pace option. And as Joe Madden, said, he loves the funk, and that's what he expects him to bring.
1-0 on Echeverria, the shortstop. That one hit pretty well out into center, but Fowler with a beat on it will make the catch. JD, we got a doubleheader coming up against the Brewers. The Brian Mattis experiment lasted one start. Mike Montgomery in the bullpen could start. Trevor Cahill coming back from the DL. Cubs have a couple of options. It'll be interesting to see who that 6th starter will be.
Montgomery made a couple starts with Seattle right before he was traded here, and he pitched well. You know, he would prefer to be a starter down the road. Maybe he'll get an opportunity. There's depth now because with Chapman and Wood, there's 3 lefties out there now. Although Chapman's the closer, so he has that defined role. It will be interesting to see what they do in that double dip.
Fernandez, tapper to Baez, and that's the inning. Patrick, always a pleasure. Thanks for the time. Make sure you follow Patrick against CSNChicago.com for all your Cubs news. 1-0 Cubs.
Dear Chicago, let's take a trip out of Midway to your favorite international destinations. With love, Southwest.
Jim Beam and Apple have come together to make history. Now try Jim Beam Apple, poured over ice and served with club soda and a fresh lemon wedge to make a crisp, refreshing Jim Beam Apple and soda.
Taco Bell's new $5 triple-double crunch wrap box has no sides, but it does come with a Doritos Locos taco, a crunchy taco, and a Baja Blast. The all-new $5 box. All mains, no sides. Only at Taco Bell.
Welcome to Honda.
Thank you.
Head over heels, where should I go? Can't stop myself, out of control. Head over heels, no time to think. Looks like the whole world's out of sync.
So you like it?
I do.
Now is the moment to get the Honda CR-V you love, the best-selling SUV in America, at the Honda Summer Clearance Event, going on now.
Welcome back. Tomorrow afternoon, the homestand comes to a close as John Lackey and the Cubs go up against Tom Kohler and the Marlins. Coverage begins at 12:30 with Cubs pregame live, presented by Fields Auto on CSN.
I have learned when we do that promo and it's John Lackey pitching, you cannot look into his eyes for the entire promo. At some point you will look away. He always wins the stare down.
So that'll be a
rewind it
that'll
on
be a game
DVR
people can play at home.
Yeah. Because he won't look away. Jason Hayward leading off the Cubs second. Modest 7-game hitting streak, 8 out of 28. 2 hits last night. Fly to center, easy play, Ozuna. Russell, the shortstop, game-winning 2-run single in the first inning last night.
Fernandez, rather pedestrian of late. His last 5 starts, 2-2 with a 4.35 ERA.
Right center, Stanton is on the slide, and he can just knock it down. 1-out single for Russell.
They got a little bit of a late break, and we're not going to be able to track that one down, so it's a 1-out knock for Addison Russell. Ball moving in on him, down near the label. And just nudges it out there in the shallow right.
The Marlins are watching Fernandez's innings. Same with Conley. I want to make sure these guys are still able to help them deep into September, and they hope October. Outside ball 1 on Coughlin.
Last time out, Fernandez got beat by the Cardinals. The real big news is it happened in his home ballpark. He allowed 5 runs in 5 innings. It's just the second time he has lost in his career at home. He's 26-2 now with a 1.62 ERA back in Miami.
Yeah, two things for Fernandez that the Marlins have to consider with his innings. He's 24, so they'd be pretty careful with him anyway. And he had Tommy John surgery in May of 14.
They made just 8 starts that year, came back last year and made 11 starts. And they've got some dates built into the schedule where they're going to skip him. Monitor the workload so they have him available down the stretch and hopefully from their point of view into the playoffs.
Not that you would abuse him in terms of the innings, but small market. He'll be a free agent 2019. Fly ball to left. Yelich drifting back, and on the warning track, he's got it. So you have to think about the long term, whether he's going to be a Marlin when he has a chance to become a free agent or not. How many opportunities are you going to have to make the playoffs? So again, not that they're going to push him too hard, but there is some math involved here. You're not just going to, in my opinion, do the Strasburg and say, all right, he got to 160 innings done. We don't use him at all.
Right, and I think that's why they've built in some days going forward where they're going to skip turns with the idea that he won't surpass, whatever that target is. He'll be within reach of that, or won't go far beyond it by the end of the year.
I think the hardest decision would be probably a good one for them, and that is if they go deep into the playoffs and they have kind of an idea where they'd like to cut it off for him, will they not use him for those extra 15 to 20 innings if they're still alive? Sometimes it's hard to think big picture, right? When you're, game 5 of the NLCS or something. Baez with a line shot right at Ozuna. And that'll end the inning. It's 1-0 Cubs after 2.
I'm attorney Howard Ankin with legendary sportscaster Steve Stone.
And I know the right team knows how to win, like Howard Ankin Law Office.
If you or someone you know needs help with an injury case, I'm here to help. Please give me a call.
Put Howard's number in your phone right now, 312-6-million.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
This beer gets straight to the point. It looks you in the eyes and firmly shakes your hand. Coors Banquet. That's how it's done.
It's the recon mission for Tango 165. The endless search for the best berries. A midnight run for tacos al pastor. And the empty roads of Dawn Patrol. This is summer driving. During the Mazda Summer Drive event, get 0 to drive lease offers on any new 2016 Mazda.
In the beginning, there was the original White Castle chicken ring. And now we're introducing the new pretzel chicken ring. Made with delicious all-white meat, they're crispy, shareable, and extremely dippable. The ring is the thing. In fact, it's everything.
Yeah, it's everything.
Mission accomplished. I ordered ahead. Pick up for Mike.
20 chicken rings for just $4.99. Only at White Castle.
Time for a Lowe's home field advantage. I'd say Kyle Hendricks has been a home field advantage for the Cubs. Incredible.
Yeah, he's just having a spectacular year. Second career shutout last night. The night where they really needed him to go deep, he went the distance.
Real Muto takes a strike. We were talking off the air about the Fernandez conversation, and I forgot Major League Baseball players have agents, and Scott Boras is Jose Fernandez's agent. So, yeah, I'm sure he'll be involved in those innings conversations, and I believe already has been kept up to date on how the Marlins planned to handle their star pitcher this year. Down ball right at Russell. Hey, Cub fans, let's go. Tickets for next week's series with the Angels are still available. Don't miss any of the action here at Wrigley Field. Go to Cubs.com to get your tickets today.
Yeah, in a perfect world, the players' interest and the club's interest are parallel. But sometimes that's not the case.
The Cubs have thought about these things a lot. They probably had fewer innings for all their pitchers in spring training than ever before. But the idea of our interest is to play for 7 months, not just 6.
Well, that's one of the reasons why Toronto acquired Liriano, correct? So they could move Aaron Sanchez to the bullpen.
Two strikes on Prado. Spoiler swing that time.
Yeah, that's old school there. Just choke up and poke it the other way. Take 2 and go to right.
Foul tip, strike 3. Strikeout number 2 for Hamill.
Well, again, Prado takes that minimalist approach, just trying to put the ball in play, and still comes up empty.
Full slate of action around the majors. Madison Bumgarner, 4 innings tonight so far. He's given up 6 runs to the Phillies. Only 2 have been earned. It's 6-1 Philadelphia in the top of the 5th. Twins beating up on the Indians again, 8-0 as they play the 4th. That's last against first. Carlos Carrasco gave up 8 runs in 3 2/3. And we'll have more on some injuries around baseball. The Indians had to put one of their starters on the DL. Max Kepler has hit another home run tonight. His 15th.
3 of them last night, 3 2-run shots for the Twin youngster. Yelich is going to be an interesting case to follow. He's a very polished young hitter, and will they try to get him to lift the ball a little bit more to produce more long balls, more of a line drive type hitter?
Ten home runs so far, career high. Opposite field, base hit. So let's go around baseball and some DL stints coming up. Danny Salazar has right elbow inflammation. Horrible news for Trevor Story and the Rockies. He leads the National League in home runs. Sounds like he's done for the year with a torn ulnar collateral ligament in his left thumb. Shortstop Asdrubal Cabrera put on the DL by the Mets. They made a bunch of moves today.
Cabrera's been battling that knee issue for quite some time. Story apparently got hurt. A head-first slide into second base.
The Mets added Jay Bruce to the roster. Jonathan Neese is back. They promoted an infielder, Ty Kelly, and left-hander Josh Edgin from the minors.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. Jonathan Neese, the former Met, back to New York, and apparently Neil Walker is living in his apartment in New York. So what happens now that Neese is back? It's like the Odd Couple. Neil's going to have to move out.
Right. So is he renting Neese's apartment?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm assuming he was renting it. Maybe Neese just let him live there.
Yasiel Puig optioned to the minors by the Dodgers. The Dodgers said he was told not to come to the ballpark yesterday because they knew he would either be traded or sent down. Stanton in the air to Hayward, and that'll end the inning. 3 shutout frames for Hamill, who has a 1-0 lead early.
You can't always protect her. Make sure her tires will. The Michelin Premier Tire with Evergrip technology. Even when half worn, it's still safe. Safe when new, safe when worn.
Heineken Light lets you control people's minds.
It doesn't do that.
Award-winning Heineken Light is the best light beer you've ever tasted.
That's true.
I made you say that.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
You didn't.
This is it. The Hyundai Act Fast sales event, where you can get a deal for the ages on a car or SUV that offers all the latest technology, and the warranty is America's best. It's go time.
Act fast today and lease the Tucson for $139 a month.
It's good.
Yeah.
Vanilla?
French vanilla.
$1 window siding and door installation, 102 Pine Street.
Go, guys. It's Feldco to the rescue with $1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors. Plus no money down and no interest until 2018. It's Feldco's biggest sale of the year.
That's $1.
$1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors.
Hurry, $1 installation ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Tomorrow, the Cubs finish up their series with the Fish, and CSN is there for every pitch. Watch them fight their way for a win over Miami in the series finale, beginning at 12:30 with Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto on CSN.
Hey, Cub fans, show your team pride with Cubs checking. And an official Cubs MasterCard debit card only available at your local Wintrust Community Bank. Go to wintrust.com/Cubs to learn more. Member FDIC.
Strike on the pitcher, Hamill. By the way, remember I told you the Giants were down 6-1?
Yes.
They're now tied 6-6. Just put up 5 in the 5th at Philadelphia. 0-2. How about these two starting pitchers? Hamill came in at 234. Fernandez at 257. And they have combined for 13 RBIs. I want to welcome all our viewers watching on Cascade Communications in Cascade, Iowa. Called strike 3. Right down the middle, 97 miles an hour. 2 strikeouts, both looking and both on fastballs.
Gets you thinking, especially a right-handed hitter, if you get you thinking about that slider, you're not going to be able to pull the trigger on that high-octane gas that he features.
So I mentioned Fowler earlier with his 69th triple. 8th among active players, although We've got, I think, 3 guys who are not really playing right now. They're technically considered active. Shane Victorino, Carl Crawford, and Jimmy Rollins. There's a base hit. He's 2 for 2.
He's had no problem with the heater from Fernandez. First time up, it was in a little bit. He rips it to right for a triple. This time out over the plate, bangs it into center. So he's halfway to a cycle. That's very exciting. Fernandez tough to run on. 1 steal in 7 tries with Fernandez on the mound.
Like he and Fowler were having a little friendly conversation. They were technically all-star teammates, even though Fowler was unable to participate due to injury. Fernandez, he likes to trash talk a little bit, and you know, if you hit a home run off him, he'll yell at you, "Hey, nice job," tip his cap.
Well, this is a good matchup then, because
he and Contreras
is very animated as well.
Cut from the same cloth. So if they were playing pickup basketball, one guy might hit a 3 and say, "Come on, let's go. What you got?" Fowler runs, swing and a miss by Contreras. Real Muto couldn't get a handle on the pitch. Dexter's got his 8th steal.
Real Muto's thrown out close to 40% and playing a little hit and run here. Contreras comes up empty. If Real Muto picks that cleanly, I think he's going to throw Dexter out. Did not have a real big jump, but he didn't. So there he stands.
That's a base hit. Fowler to third. He'll be held by Gary Jones. First and third, 1 out. Top of the order, Fowler and Contreras, a combined 4 out of 4.
Yeah, Contreras doesn't get the RBI, but he's able to serve that base hit into left. A good decision to throw up the stop sign there by Jonesy. You know, Yelich does not throw particularly well. He was on that ball in a hurry.
Double play depth up the middle. Rizzo pops it up. Echeverria out. Yelich in, and Yelich has it. And Contreras is going to be safe. Throw to the plate. Safe there. Ball got away. Contreras to second. Throw there. Out. He thinks
Contreras
he's safe.
thinks he's safe. A little swim move there on the tag. So hang on, we'll take a look here. We'll go to the bat phone.
It'll take us an hour to recap that play.
I'm not sure what Contreras was doing. Was he moving with the pitch?
I'm not sure. Cubs lead 2-0. So the Fowler run will count no matter what. And we're waiting to see if Joe wants to challenge the call at second base.
Yeah, you can see what Contreras is arguing, that he was able to pull that right hand and shoulder out of the way and got to the base with the left hand. We can't tell from that angle exactly when the tag was applied. And I think they're having the same issues in the Cubs video room. They don't have a real clean look.
So no challenge. And JD will break it down when we come back.
Think all premium gasolines are the same? Think again. Stay ahead of engine threats with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. The best total engine protection you can get. Period.
Taco Bell's new $5 triple-double Crunchwrap box has no sides, but it does come with a Doritos Locos Taco, a Crunchy Taco, and a Baja Blast. The all-new $5 box. All mains, no sides. Only at Taco Bell.
Here come the last of the 2016s.
I love this part. Stylish Prius, sporty Camry, fun Corolla, adventurous RAV4, they're all here. But not for long.
Right now, get incredible 0% APR financing on 11 of Toyota's most popular models, like the 2016 Camry, Corolla, RAV4, or Prius during Toyota's annual clearance event.
Come in and get the 2016 Toyota you want before they are gone.
Toyota, let's go places.
When I was just a young one, maybe pushing 10, somebody told me no, son, and I decided then I'm gonna dig my style. The same. Gonna keep on going. No, I don't see no end. With the prize I'm showing, you better tell your friends. You don't dig my style. Dig my style. Dig my style.
Bears football is back, and we're blitzing Bourbonnais to bring you the most training camp coverage on air and online. Turn to CSN for the latest every night on Sports Talk Live and Sportsnet Central. Bears training camp coverage is presented by Apt, appliances, electronics, and more.
Well, the Cubs managed to score a run on this play. Rizzo lifts this shallow fly ball into left field. I'm not sure what Wilson Contreras was thinking. Maybe he lost track of the outs. And then a little bit of a lazy throw from Yelich. And turns into a run for the Cubs. Contreras, with all that energy, he just can't stop running. I think he just wants to go. So he scrambles back here and then takes off for second as this ball drifts away a little bit from Real Muto. Fernandez there backing up, makes the strong throw into second base.
I don't know. Wait, I'm trying to figure out the scoring. We heard Rizzo gets an RBI. Seven, 3, 2 on 4 to get Contreras. Anthony will gladly take it.
7-3.
It's not a sacrifice fly, right?
No. Fowler didn't go home until the throw was made to first base. So I got a feeling that RBI is going to be taken away from Anthony.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm thinking that, yeah, Fowler simply scored on the throw.
Yeah, Yelich throws the ball to first base. Dexter takes off.
And it just missed. No RBI. When in doubt, there's a fielder's choice, allowing Fowler to score. There we go, Rosie. That was a weird play. I don't know if I've seen one quite like it. A good throw by Yelich, and the inning would have ended without that run scoring as Ozuna grounds out.
Yeah, it looked like Yelich looked and he saw he had so much time, and sometimes you see infielders do this too, where they have so much time. They just kind of goose the throw. If he just steps into his throw, puts something on it, they're going to have an easy double play at first base.
So I guess it was just a bad read by Contreras. He thought it was going to drop.
That's either that or he forgot how many outs there were. Taking off with the swing, with contact. I don't think he was going on the pitch. We don't, I was watching the pitch to home plate, but that replay we showed as the pitch was being delivered and the ball was being put in play, I think he would have already been in our line of sight had he been going with the pitch.
Two balls, no strikes. What's going on here? pitch. It's inside. And the complete game shutout by Hendricks last night. 9 scoreless innings by the Cubs bullpen Sunday. So it's 21 consecutive scoreless innings and counting for the Cubs pitching staff as Hamill walks Dietrich with 1 out.
Tomorrow the Cubs will conclude this series with the Marlins. First pitch is at 1:20, and up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive Cubs graphic socks presented by StubHub. For more information, visit Cubs.com. Come sockless.
And leave socked. The pitch to Chris Johnson. Ball 1.
And if you leave socked, don't drive.
Outfielder Andrew Benintendi, Red Sox top prospect, is in the big leagues. He is not in their lineup tonight in Seattle. Orlando Arcia is Brewers top prospect. They play in San Diego tonight. Zobrist, Russell, Rizzo. That's it. Inning over. Big double play ball for Hamill. Still 2-zip.
I joined Binny's in 1955. A winning team needs experience.
Nah, the Binny's team needs youth.
Guys, a great team needs both. That's why Binny's has been #1 in Chicago since 1948.
Ah, I should tweet that.
Rookie.
There you have it, folks. It's the greatest double play ever.
Get 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for $6.99 each. Add any 4 20-ounce Pepsi-Cola products for just $5.
Papa John's, the official pizza of Major League Baseball.
It's Peyton. It's Peyton on Sunday morning.
You know, with DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket, you can watch your favorite team no matter where you live, like Broncos or Colts.
Cool.
18, the old number. Ooh, I have got a coupon for that one.
It's Peyton on Sunday morning.
Nope.
Get NFL Sunday Ticket only on DirecTV and watch live games anywhere.
This is Coach Q at the new Binny's Beverage Depot in Lincolnwood. You should have seen this place 3 months ago. Today it's the largest wine, spirits, and beer superstore on the North Shore. As they say, if you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Closed captioning of Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by U.S. Waterproofing.
A little seepage in your basement is no need to panic. Count on the experts at U.S. Waterproofing to diagnose and repair the problem.
For a free consultation, visit uswaterproofing.com. A better basement starts with us.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field. Cubs on top 2-0 as we move to the bottom of the 4th here at Wrigley Field. This is your Coors Light game report. Of course, the trade deadline came to a close yesterday afternoon, and I had a chance to catch up with Anthony Rizzo this afternoon, who was here for so much of the Cubs selling, and I said, did you breathe kind of a sigh of relief yesterday when all the guys were staying put? And he said, honestly, I was breathing a sigh of relief for Kyle Schwarber more than anybody, because that poor guy so unfairly was thrown out in so much of the conversation as someone who might be traded, even though Jed and Theo were constantly saying he's not going anywhere, he's staying put. And so he said he went over to Kyle yesterday and kind of elbowed him and said, what do you think, guy? Did you take a big deep breath? And I guess Kyle just chuckled and said, man, I'm just glad it's over.
Thanks, Kelly. Yeah, I don't think it was ever particularly realistic to think Kyle Schwarber would have been traded, but you can never say never.
No, because that's, that was kind of the story around this club. They had so much depth that they were in position to move position players to acquire pitching if the right guy came along. But it was fairly apparent early on that It was not their intention to move Schwarber. But, yeah, I don't think there's any such thing as an untouchable.
Zobrist bounces to Dietrich. Short throw. And one away here in the Cubs' 4th inning. Congrats to Jose Bautista. He has hit his 300th career home run tonight. Leading off for the Blue Jays. They're in Houston, and it's 2-0 Toronto in the top of the 4th. Hernandez to Hayward. Ball 1. Kohler and Lackey tomorrow. And off to the West Coast for the weekend. Probables brought to you by PNC. 22nd start for both right-handers. We'll have it for you on CSN. Swing and a miss. Good slider.
Hey, it's interesting. Jason Hayward has seen a lot of fastballs this year, especially up and on the hands. With Fernandez's velocity, you would figure that would be his game plan, but he's thrown 2 sliders and a changeup in this sequence.
Dietrich again. With 2 outs, it's Addison Russell.
Fernandez, one of those guys that can kind of go along pitching at 92, 93, and then when it gets in a little bit of a jam, you'll see 97, 98. There's 98 without being in a jam. Hey, it's, what is it? Is it 70s night? Renaissance Festival?
Section it is. Two and one.
Wish I had known, I would have dressed appropriately.
Breaking ball, strike 2 and 2.
Fernandez has had 7 double-digit strikeout games this year. He's topped out at 14.
And he just worked a quick 1-2-3 fourth in his first perfect inning tonight. Cubs 2, Marlins nothing.
What? What?
The new DQ Royal Blizzard lineup with delicious fudge, marshmallow, or strawberry filling hidden inside. That's what. Enjoy happy hour weekday starting at just $1.
Your home, your auto. They just go together. Combine your home and auto insurance with State Farm. Save time and money. Just another way we're here to help life go right. Talk to your State Farm agent today.
It's a golden opportunity to discover what we learn on the track doesn't stay on the track. It just finds more street legal form. For a limited time, get some of the best offers of the year on our complete line of F-Sport performance vehicles at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2016 IS Turbo with zero due at signing for $389 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
We are back. Wednesday, August 10th is Firefighter Appreciation Night here at the ballpark. Buy your tickets through the special Group Nights page and receive a Cubs Firefighter baseball cap. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com/special groups.
Jason Hamill back to work in the 5th inning. He has won 10 games 5 different times, including this season. So his next win will be a new career high. Right center, Fowler on the run. Echeverria is 0 for 2. We'll bring up the pitcher, Fernandez. And Jose does not have a bat.
He is so focused on his primary job, he was going to go up there without a bat. That would be a little interesting psychological experiment, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of freak the opposing pitcher out if he went up there without a bat.
Assume you're allowed to? Is there anything in the rule book that says you have to have a bat?
I don't know. I'm guessing not. Story, we talked about it the other day. Norm Cash going up there with a leg from a training table to face Nolan Ryan. Jose Cruz on occasion would use a fungo bat if he was in a slump, had a hard time, felt like the bat was dragging, he'd go up there with a fungo.
Previous pitch was kind of an awkward finish by Fernandez. He and Contreras came together. The outside. You see Hamill, he's pitching to Fernandez like he can hit, and he can.
Not going to get lazy after Renato took him deep in his last start.
Baez to Rizzo. Anthony Rizzo likes to visit Lurie Children's Hospital and visit all the young patients and their families. He did it again today. He was on the pediatric oncology floor and brought gifts, took a lot of pictures. Wilson Contreras also made a visit to Advocate Children's Hospital in Oak Lawn. And a special thanks to Jeff McGee, stepped in and made that very special hospital visit double header possible today. Good stuff. Real Muto in the leadoff spot. No D. Gordon in their lineup tonight. A strike. 1-1.
Muto with a .346 on base percentage, primarily because of the high batting average, hitting .312 after 0 for 2 so far here tonight. And he's an emerging young player. Former infielder. Strong arm behind the plate. Gives you a good AB.
pitch, 2-2. This is high. Full count. Prado waiting on deck.
Marlins' best chance came in the first. They loaded the bases after 1 out. We'll check that 2 out. Single, line out, single walk to load the bases, and then Derek Dietrich grounded out to end the inning. A little solid contact for the Marlins in that inning. But not much since then.
Realmuto chased a bad one, and the inning is over. Halfway home on a Tuesday night. The Cubs carry a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the inning.
Dear Chicago, let's take a trip out of Midway to your favorite international destinations. With love, Southwest.
This beer has conviction. For us, it's Rocky Mountain water or nothing. Coors Banquet. That's how it's done.
Crispy M&Ms are back.
What are you doing?
You said to tell our fans crispy M&Ms are back.
Not those fans.
Did you mean this fan?
No.
What about that one? There's a fan in the break room. Oh,
so good, they're back.
Hey, you know what makes my Aries reclining sofa and reclining love seat such an untouchable value? You get 1, 2, 3, 4 recliners. Both pieces only $9.99. Or power them all up and recline with the touch of a button. Both pieces only $11.99. Only at My Bob's Discount Furniture.
This is untouchable. Right, I'm so relaxed right now. You look divine. I want to visit the house. I don't want to leave. Hey, ladies, what are you doing for lunch?
Hey there, Luke Stuckmeyer with a Coors Light Cold Hard Facts Sportsnet Central update. Coming up later tonight on Sportsnet Central, highlights and clubhouse reaction after the Cubs game tonight with the Marlins, plus the White Sox taking on the Tigers in Detroit. And we will profile a Midwest native who's going for the gold at the Olympics down in Rio. It's all later tonight on Sportsnet Central, but right now, back to Len and JD.
Hey, Cub fans, let's go join the Cubs season ticket holder waiting list today to claim your spot in our lineup for season tickets. It's easy and free to register. For details, visit Cubs.com/waiting list. Seven, 8, 9 for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 5th against Jose Fernandez, who gave up runs in the 1st and the 3rd. And a heater for a strike to Chris Coghlan. First place matchup in Baltimore. Orioles 4, Rangers nothing. They're in the 8th inning.
And Dylan Bundy, the young right-hander, no hitter into the 6th in that ball game.
Carlos Beltran DHing for Texas, batting 3rd. Jonathan Lucroy catching and hitting 6th.
Fernandez slider, a real lane changer, a la Jake Arrieta. And he'll throw it, it's sometimes you see it referred to as a curveball, other times a slider. It's just he has the ability to manipulate that pitch, make it a little bigger, a little shorter. And usually you'll see it 82 to 85 miles per hour. Change up in the upper 80s. We saw a change up at 91 here tonight.
Ground ball into center.
Well, this is a heater, 97 miles an hour out over the heart of the plate. Chris, short, quick, compact stroke. Playing a little pepper with Marcell Ozuna.
Cardinals just grabbed a 3-2 lead in Cincinnati on a Jed Jerko 7th inning home run. Ross Ohlendorf gave up the home run. It was the 21st time a Reds reliever has allowed a home run to the first batter he has faced.
Adam Wainwright for the Cardinals tonight. Dan Straley made the start for Cincinnati.
Straley has a lower ERA than Wainwright on the year. He went one more inning tonight.
We got a balk.
So Fernandez charged with the balk, and he's asking Mike Winters what he did. What did you see?
I saw the umpire yell, balk!
Okay, right there.
Oh, yeah, a little buckle of the knee.
One and two on Baez. Charlie Tilson made his major league debut tonight playing center field for the White Sox, but he has a strained left hamstring. And the White Sox trail the surging Tigers 8-1 in the 7th. Detroit looking for its 7th consecutive win.
Kid they got in the deal with the Cardinals, right? Got a hit the first time up and then got hurt.
Yeah, he went to New Trier. He's from Wilmette, Illinois. 23 years old.
Base hit by Chris Coughlin, the 6th by the Cubs here tonight. Coming into this ball game, Fernandez had yielded a .211 batting average.
He just struck out Baez.
Cardinals put Aledmys Diaz on the DL. He hurt his thumb. Johnny Peralta coming back from a thumb injury.
Echeverria will get Hamill. That was a sharply struck ground ball. Jason 0 for 2.
Now we'll see how aggressive they are here with Fowler. 2 out of 2 tonight. Man in scoring position, a base open. Real Muto out to chat with Fernandez. Likely discussing that very thing. Well, so far we haven't been able to figure this guy out. How do you want to go after him? And if we fall behind, what should the plan be?
I would assume it would be plan B.
Plan B.
Swing and a miss on the change.
Fastball, but not really competitive. Nowhere near the strike zone. Runners in scoring position. Fernandez really leans heavily on the slide ball. That's what that was supposed to be. And I think it squirted out of his hand a little bit. Count
even at 2 apiece. Fowler tripled and scored in the first, singled, stole a base, scored in the third. I think he might have gone, and he held up. Mark Wegner made the call.
So the only fastball he's thrown him in this sequence was way off the plate outside. With changeups and sliders. And the question is, do they feel like they've slowed him down enough where they could beat him with a heater, or are they just going to stay away from it?
That'll get in, and Fowler, part of all the run scoring for the Cubs tonight as he drives in Coughlin. 3-0.
That was pretty impressive work right there by Fowler. So many times we see him work deep count, sees a lot of pitches. This is a backdoor slider. They try to throw that low bottom of the zone slide ball, and Fowler just leans on it, whacks it into right center field. He's the man of the match.
3 for 3. Contreras, he's 2 for 2 with an RBI.
Checking a lot of boxes tonight. 3 for 3, scored 2, drove in 1, stole a base. Nice play here by the former infielder, Real Muto.
The odd innings have been good for the Cubs. First, third, and fifth. Single tallies in each. Three and one. Cubs chased Adam Conley out of the game early last night. He only went 4 innings, threw almost 100 pitches. We have made Fernandez work tonight. Fouled away on 3-2.
And Conley walked 5 plus an intentional walk in his outing. Cubs just stringing together really good at bats, seeing a lot of pitches. Look at Jose Fernandez game by game, and you're not going to see many games where he allows more hits than innings pitched.
Another reach by Contreras. Comes Juan Nieves.
So we talked about the innings situation with Fernandez this year and how they're going to try to limit that and stretch him out, give him extra time off. And the other consideration is games like this when he's laboring. Does it make sense to maybe go to the bullpen a little bit earlier than you might otherwise, just to protect his arm a little bit, protect him from throwing too many pitches under duress? It's a tough call for Don Mattingly because he's the ace of your rotation. He's the guy you normally want out there even when he's not at his best.
2 on, a run in. Time called as Rizzo trying to get set up in the box. And he looks at ball 1.
Anthony on base 5 times last night, 3 hits, double, triple, single. Was hit by a pitch, took a walk.
Two and 1. A win tonight and the Cubs would be 92-92 all time in the regular season against the Marlins. Dating back to 93, the first year of the then Florida Marlins franchise. It's back when they wore teal hats and helmets. Mike Dunn just getting started in the bullpen. He walked in, and they're loaded for Zobrist.
First 2 walks of the night, back-to-back here. Fernandez really clean in the 4th. 3 up, 3 down, very efficient. Looked like he was really settling in. Cubs doing a great job against him here in the 5th. Looked at his game log. Only 3 times this year has he allowed more hits than innings pitched in an outing.
We'll go from the line with the bases full and high and wide to Zobrist. Cubs can really break it open now. Already leading by 3.
Working from behind quite a bit in this game. Does not have the fastball command here tonight that we saw last time.
Foul tip, 1-1.
That's way above average. Rare chase from Ben, doesn't go out of the zone very much.
And will get out of play, foul. Madison Bumgarner